Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the G2DR podcast. We came up with that name the other day. Oh man, that was a lame little intro. You think you cool with that?
Oh, that'll work. We'll get there
Yeah, at some point. But yeah, welcome everyone
eventually.
to the podcast. I hope that you've had an excellent week without us. Uh, if you want, just update us about your life in the comments while we update you on ours. So, what's been going
All
on
right.
since last week, friend?
Nothing much. Chilling, still in orders, away from home. Uh, Little story, we had to take down so at the health department I'm at, they got this army tent, right? They
Mm-hmm.
don't deal with those. Well, it's like this old ass army tent. We had to so basically think of just like regular, triangle shaped tent, like a
Yeah.
prism. And you have the top that's already on it. Well, on the ends, they have like these little covers that you can put on, and it has doors on it that you can actually like, close up the ends or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't put them on whenever it did that, so uh, they were out there doing testing for COVID or whatever, and it was like a wind tunnel in it. So they're like, "Hey, can we get you guys to go and put the doors on them or whatever?" Ended up, a small task turns into a big one always. Ended up having to collapse the entire thing down. Re There's like Velcro on the canvas that goes on top of it. You had to like undo it, thread it in, and then do it back in. Put it all the way back up. It was a 30 to an hour long thing that turned into a 2 to 3 hour long thing. So
Jesus.
fun times. It's gonna be just as cold as it was beforehand. I could promise you, but yeah, that's a little story of what happened this week with me.
Dang. Sounds like a whole lot of mess.
Welcome to the military, dog.
Yeah, hopefully I never have to go to it. Appreciate all the people out there. I know Veterans Day just happened not too long ago, or I know the Marines' birthday happened not too long ago. But yeah, stay up, bless up to all the people fighting for us and all that stuff. But yeah, no, my week was kind of hectic. So I think I already said to everyone that so I'm a nurse outside of like social media and stuff, and I work in an ER. And recently I finished my residency in that ED. So I started with acute care and now I'm in the ER. And last week was my first week by myself. I was off orientation. And for some reason, that decided to be the craziest week I've ever had to work
It
ever.
has to be that way.
It was ridiculous.
Has to.
Dude, I mean, it was like everything, like just the world around me, the universe knew that, hey, this man's alone, so we got to give him the craziest shit ever. But I had to deal with some alcoholics that were insane. I had to
Let's
deal
go.
with dementia people that was insane. I had to deal with people like borderline, like if they didn't get seen, they would have been in some deep type of trouble, like death. And it's crazy. I can't get into too big of a detail because HIPAA and everything.
Shout out
But
HIPAA.
yeah, so I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna just say that y'all need to be careful out there. You never know what the hell's gonna happen when it's gonna happen. I've always been the one that's never gonna go to the hospital, but after seeing like what these things started off as and what they turned into, I think you better. If you're worried about it, go get it checked out. That's just
Definitely.
advice from me.
Rather be safe than sorry.
Exactly.
Why is it? Why is it that all medical people never? They're like, oh no, it's good. No, I got it. It's a little ring in the ear. That's all it is. Nothing big. What? You coughed up blood? No, that's
Yeah.
fine. It's
No,
it's my throat's just dry. That's it.
I think it's because now, like, I've seen so many things, and everyone else that's more experienced than I have, we've seen so many things that like turn out to be nothing, and mixed with like knowing. So, like, if it's for ourselves, it's like, oh, we know enough to where we can take care of ourselves, and it's like, how they say ignorance is bliss. I'd say that's ignorance is also safe sometimes. And so people just get a big head. Like I had a patient the other day that was uh, that was a nurse, and it's crazy like how her mindset was as a patient and seeing her like do certain
Oh,
things and everything. It was just it's
medical
not.
people are the worst patients.
Oh yeah, she was like
And I
up.
try to be mindful anytime I'm a patient for someone.
Yeah, well we got to man because like
I'm like, I'm gonna let them do their thing.
yeah, because I was like sitting there trying to do all this stuff with her, and she just was bugging the entire time and doing this and that. And it's like the way things worked where I worked, where she used or where she works, it's like it was a whole nother thing. So it was like messing up my entire flow. But you know what? We'll get in that a little later. So today's topic, it's nothing crazy. This one probably is not going to be as long as our last one. We're just going to talk about some movies and stuff that are coming out, things that we're interested in seeing, the things we should catch up on. As on screen right now, I don't know if you can see me because we're still going to work through the bugs of all that. But I know that you see my screen. It just got a list of the up and coming movies that have been announced for the rest of December or the rest of this year into 2022. And then at the very bottom, you can see like some 2026 and 25s and all that stuff based off of just like I think we mentioned it last time, like how the Avatar movies and how they're releasing.
Hmm.
But
Can't wait.
yeah, those look heat. But when I'm looking at it, so I think the rest of this year we have Ghostbusters, which is technically already out. As you can, I don't know if you can see my little date now. You can't. Ghostbusters came out in Kanto. I don't know what that is. West Side Story. That
Disney.
looks. It is okay.
Yeah.
West Side Story looks pretty heat. I saw the trailer for that. Spider-Man No Way Home definitely on the top. The Kingsman, I'm really excited about that. And you know what's crazy? I've never watched I think I watched the original Matrix, but like it was so long ago that I don't remember anything of it.
Matrix. I remember I was too young to watch it. Not saying like, oh, you can't watch it. It was just over my head what was going on.
Yeah.
So like I was like, I don't really get it. What's going on? Uh it like, once you get older you're like, oh, okay, that's pretty good. But definitely gonna have to rewatch it
Yeah,
beforehand.
100%.
I'm not a big Matrix guy to begin with though, so
Yeah, but after watching, have you seen the trailer for it yet?
I've not.
Oh, definitely recommend watching the trailer. Um, well, at least when I watched it in theaters, when I watched what is it? When I watched Eternals, that trailer came on, bro, and yeah, it looks pretty heat. So the like it looked like the premise is he's back in like the regular life, and he takes what is it? I think he takes a bunch of blue pills. Was the blue pill originally the one that kept you from watch or that kept you out of the Matrix?
I couldn't tell you. I haven't watched it in forever.
Well, for people who are watching this and are big Matrix fans, because I know you're watching,
Yeah,
sorry,
nerds. Oh.
pussy, get out of here. Nah, but but yeah, he takes a bunch of the blue pills, which I'm assuming is keeps him out of the Matrix and stuff. And then someone comes up to him, and he's like he's seeing all the old people he worked with, and he was like, "Yo, I feel like I met you before. What's going on?" And I think someone offers him a red pill, and he goes back into the Matrix. And so I think that's the big premise of it. It's not like it's not a remake, thankfully. It's just a continuation of the story. But that also bothers me too because I was having this talk the other day. It's like why movies and game, even video games and stuff, for example, like they're not as good as they used to be. And I think it's because everyone keeps holding on to like the previous stories of what used to be, and no one's like
What,
create.
movies and games?
Yeah, it's like there's no like original creation anymore. Like,
You gotta see. I'll say on the opposite side, as far as movies go, you gotta branch out a little bit. I
yeah,
didn't start finding all these newer movies that like tried and true. If anybody asks me, hey, what's a movie you would recommend? A lot of them are newer that I never would have thought to watch.
hmm
Like I think I brought up with you before, Whiplash. My cousin told me to watch that, and yeah, that blows my mind. And then you
yeah,
sit there and you see like videos about it, and you're like, okay, I didn't even think of it that way. There's a lot of like complex stuff going on as well.
yeah.
But
I guess that makes
that and like
sense.
that and Parasite, yeah,
I need to check out Parasite. I keep hearing things about it. A lot of things. I just need to
Korea
sit down
has
and
been
just.
stepping it up.
Who is?
Korea,
Oh yeah, dude.
oh yeah,
Korea's. I feel like Korea been knowing what they've like have been up to. I think honestly, all
It's just now getting to America.
Yes, I think
Yeah,
that is 100% it. Because I think it's like, for example, anime, right? Like, I know you're not big into anime like that, but it's like anime's history. Even when I was younger, I was watching Dragon Ball and all that shit, and people only thought of Dragon Ball Z or Naruto or like pretty much your typical shonens for any type of anime. And so no one wants to give it a go. A perfect example is our friend Chase. Chase, I know you're watching this. You need to watch an anime, bro. You need to get off your high horse and get on it.
yeah.
Because the
You need to
thing
watch
is,
Avatar. That's what you need to watch. Not necessarily full on anime. I don't like the whole. It's not
I
a true anime. I don't
I think
care.
it counts.
But
I think it counts.
if that's if you're gonna try to get somebody into one, I would say that's the way to go.
Oh yeah, that or something. Because like honestly, there's so many branches of like what anime is. It's literally it's an entertainment that's not held back by physical limitation. It's like if you tried to make an and this is I would 100% think this. If you tried to make any action scene that's an anime in a movie, it's always gonna, or not even a movie or episode TV with real live action, it's gonna be let down, or you're gonna be let down. Like there's no way you can. What is it? There's a clip, or not a clip, but it's just like I go on Instagram and I see all these dope anime fights. Like I'm watching Full Metal Alchemist right now, and there's a
Hmm.
part where Roy Mustang is burning this dude alive, and he's like snapping it because he has flame alchemy and he's able to like snap fire and all that shit. He's a flame alchemist, and he's sitting there just throwing these fireballs at this dude, and he's just erupting in flames. I'm like, there's no way you could capture that magic on like with real people. It's just at least not yet. It's not going to work. CGI is not there yet, and so it's like these complex stories that just envelop you. It's just it needs to be like I feel like people don't give anime enough credit, but at least they used to not. Now it's finally starting to make over, and I think Squid Game helped out a lot with that.
Oh yeah.
Because Squid Game got people reading subtitles now, and like in with different languages as the main voice, and then they also just introduced that type of medium of like exaggerated personalities and stuff, and I'm just like, good, people can be blessed with a little bit of anime in their life. I can tell you, it made me as cringy but as wholesome as I am today.
Yeah. See, I like you said, I'm not big into anime that much. It's the most anime I've watched technically is Avatar. I've started watching Cowboy Bebop. I started watching the anime and then the new show just came out, so I'm 4 episodes into that now. And I started watching Attack on Titan. I need to That's what we were talking about the other day. I need to get back into that.
Attack on
But
Titan is heat.
whatever was it, the 80s or 90s anime?
It's
It's
beautiful.
beautiful. Oh, it's
Mhm.
so beautiful. It's just screenshot, put it in a poster or put it in a frame, put it on the wall. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I think you
Just
have you watched Akira?
that's what I was about to say. I
Oh
I
yeah.
couldn't remember the name, but that's one I want to watch. One because Christopher Nolan, favorite director, he was talking about putting that into live action sometime.
I He could do
Which
that 100%.
yeah, which I was like, okay, I kind of wanna investigate a little bit, and then yeah, it's beautiful back in the day.
I think too with Akira, the way they animated it, I forgot. There's a video that goes into like top detail, but it's like it's the way they drew each frame. It's more. I think it was this dude YouTuber to go by Totally Mark. He was talking about it because I think it goes by like a certain frame. It's not 30 frames. I think it might be 60, but drawn like 2 frames at a time per each shot. I don't know. It's complicated, but it makes a lot of sense when you hear someone who knows talk about it, and it's freaking gorgeous. And then you think of like all the other like movies that came out by Ghibli Studios, like was it Kiki's Delivery Service? I saw a bunch of them on Toonami when I was a kid. It's the one where you know how or the, you know that like rabbit thing that people have, like I don't want to say weebs because I'm one of those and I don't have it. But it's like a giant gray rabbit thing. I don't know. Someone knows what I'm talking about. It's the people that made that stuff. But
Okay,
yeah.
Donnie Darko, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But yeah, no, it's hella dope stuff. Now, back to the movie list. Jesus, there's a lot of. Wait, what?
What list are you on? 'Cause I'm on Games Radar right now.
I'm on Cineworld. New movie release dates 2022.
Uh,
Here, I'll put it in. I can put it in. What's it called?
Discord.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, I watched a. You know who Wes Anderson is?
No, who's Wes Anderson?
Amazing director. Let's see, I can't remember all of the stuff he's done. I know. Let's see here. Oh, he's done Grand Budapest Hotel. He's done Isle of Dogs. Um, I'm missing a lot. If you've seen one of his movies, you can tell it's way different than anything else. It's very kind of like retro, very colorful. Uh, the way he writes is different than a lot of things. But anyways, my wife and I we went and watched the French uh, Dispatch. I think is what it's called.
Mm.
First movie I've watched in a while where I left. I was like, "That's good." So what was that? What was that about? And my wife, being a writer, knew exactly because it's all about like journalism kind of thing.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but it's like it's a few different stories put into a movie, and you're like watching each story.
Oh, dude, I love stuff like that. Do
Yeah,
they tie
it's
in
really
together, or is it just separate the entire time?
so the if I remember correctly, the like say story number one, story number two, story number three, they didn't really tie into each other at all, but it was a guy that owned this newspaper or whatever. He died, and his thing was getting all these old cast out writers, and they all had like a piece in this like I guess it was like a book, but yeah, they each had like a different article or a different thing, and yeah, this was like the first one was this movie kind of thing
Mm.
because you can see like the each story is different. So like you have Owen Wilson, he's in it. I think he writes the very first part. He's really just setting up like the town or whatever.
Yeah.
But he goes around and he does like a lot of pictures and stuff. And his story was him on a bike, basically giving you the whole lay of the land.
Mm.
And then you had who was the second person? There. So I can't remember the actress's name, but she had one part of the story and it was basically like a TED Talk kind of thing. Hers was the most interesting story because it's about this prisoner in jail who's you learn to be is a really good artist and basically started like the modern art type thing in this movie. But
Yeah.
it was really interesting that his thing with a lot of his movies and his shots, it's very symmetrical.
Yeah.
Like everything's lined up even on each side, balanced in the shot and everything. So
Okay.
it's aesthetically pleasing.
Ooh.
And then there's a lot of humor in it that's like they're serious the entire time, and then what they say is hilarious, but it's still serious the entire time. So
Okay.
it's kind of like oh, it's even more funny watching it kind of thing. So, but yeah, great movie. Should check it out if you're a writer. Definitely check it out.
Hell yeah. I'll definitely have to give it a look. Sorry, I was scrolling my shit. Come on, dude, stop acting up. My thing was in being weird, but yeah, I'm gonna look at it. What else? Where was I? Yo,
All right, I got that. I got the list up now, though.
okay, you
I'm
got the
with you.
list up. So, what's even crazy, like how it has all the trailers below it. I was looking through too, and I did not know that they were making a mission, or I think I knew they were making a Mission Impossible 7. But I see that they're making a Flash movie that's supposed to come out November 4th,
Yep.
2022. How much of that do you know about
Um,
the Marvels?
I know quite a bit of it, so it's under. It's undergone like 3 directors now, if I'm correct.
Oh, okay.
It's yeah, so it's had a lot of rewrites. The
Uh,
first guy, I can't remember. He's Ray some or maybe not Ray. He's a black director. I can't remember what else he's done. He has like a I'll have to look his name up, but he was on it and for the longest time. Then he got off of it because of disputes or whatever. I think Warner Brothers wants them to put in um, Cyborg in it a lot more than what it is. So it was going to be about just the Flash in general, but now it's turned into
uh,
a Flashpoint movie more, but not a true Flashpoint movie, if that makes sense.
yeah. Well, all I can say is that I feel like once it's past two different directors, it's a mess. I hope it's
Warner,
good, but
yeah, Warner Brothers is they like to kill the DC over there,
yeah, it hurts my
but
heart, man. Because the only thing I think they've done right is Batman. Like I don't think I've ever disliked the Batman movie. Like obviously some could use some work, but I
yeah,
feel like for the most part they've kind of. But I was telling someone too. I was like, Batman is so real, or not necessarily real, but it's down to earth. Like I couldn't see them doing anything that Marvel's doing at that stage. But I'm like,
yeah, and
but
he definitely beat Iron Man, yeah.
oh yeah, no, we won't get into that today. Not at all. That was a hot little debate, which is something I want to start doing more too. I'm like, we should do debates, get a couple minutes to just figure something out, and then go at it
Yeah,
and just see what happens. But that's a story for another
I'm not
day.
good at it at having debates,
We'll
but
have our boy Wes come through.
oh yeah, definitely. But
Yeah.
but now the Flash movie is gonna they're bringing back uh Keaton Batman. Like they have a little teaser that they put out not too long ago.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, they're bringing back Keaton Batman. Obviously Barry's gonna go back in time, screw everything up by saving his mom. At one point, I know Jeffrey Dean Morgan. So in Batman v Superman, the intro it shows Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Lauren Cohen. They're both from Walking Dead. Uh, they were doing the the intro was Batman's origin, basically. Great way to
Yeah.
do it since everybody's seen it 300 times now. But in the comics with Flashpoint and stuff, it starts off the whole Flashpoint universe or whatever. Basically, Bruce dies and Thomas survives, Batman's dad,
Oh, and then
and that
his
was
wife
going to be
becomes a Joker, doesn't she?
yeah. So
Yeah.
whenever Bruce dies, she's holding over her body. If you haven't seen the comic strip, that's like
Yeah.
whoever thought of that, chef's kiss. But
Yeah.
she like has a mental breakdown right there, holding this body, blood all over her hands, and she like puts her hand on her mouth and like wipes it away, and it makes like a smile on her face. She becomes the Joker. Thomas becomes Batman. He's a very brutal Batman. He uses guns, kills you. Like I think in the Flashpoint movie, the animated movie, if you haven't seen that, it's good.
Okay.
I think he like basically has somebody questioning them, holding them off the side of the building. He gets his answer and he just drops them and just walks
Shit.
off.
That's how
Yeah,
you do it,
but
man. That's when heroes
I
do
was
it
really
right.
hoping that Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Thomas Wayne Batman, we'd get to see that. I don't think that's going to happen in this one. The way they're going, I think it's going to be Keaton Batman is going to take Thomas Wayne Batman his position in this movie's like plot line.
Yeah. I can
Like
see it.
he's gonna help Barry undo whatever he did. So
That sounds like it'd be really good then if they don't mess it up. But
that's the problem.
yeah, yeah. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping for. I'm not a big DC guy, but you know what? I'm gonna pray for it. Hopefully, it goes good. Sheesh. Now, minor tangent to the other superheroes. How long do you think it'll take for them to fix the multiverse in Marvel? Because I'm looking at it like, so you have what is it? in Disney Plus land, obviously they talk about they have the opening of the multiverse and how it broke since Loki. But then also you have Doctor Strange, his in the Multiverse of Madness, which is after Spider-Man No Way Home. So that's given red signs that it's still not fixed. And then what is it? You keep going. I don't know or care about Thor Love and Thunder, but I'm assuming Natalie's back. Didn't she die in one of them?
No,
No, she didn't
they
die.
broke
Okay.
up.
Oh, okay.
They broke up, and they were yeah, that was like their whole thing was
Okay.
like they broke up, and now she's going to be back. I think she's going to replace um what's his name? I'm slipping on names today. Uh, who plays Thor?
Chris Hemsworth
Yeah, Hemsworth. I think she's gonna replace him, kind of thing. I don't know, but
with
she's gonna
Liam
be
because her
like a
brother's in
Thor
it.
character.
Okay. You might.
But
Do you think she might become a Valkyrie or some shit, or not
no,
Valkyrie, but a part of
she'll
it,
be
or
like a lady Thor kind of thing.
oh, okay.
But
Oh, I like me some powerful women now. Anyway.
there's there's a one there's one movie on that's not on this list that I actually saw the trailer for the other day. Nightmare Alley. Can't tell you what it's about. All I know is the trailer was very interesting.
All right.
It's Guillermo Del Toro. He did The Shape of Water.
Yeah.
That's the most interesting movie I've ever watched.
Ooh.
Good or bad reasons why, but it's definitely. I mean, it won Oscars for a reason. But
I feel you.
yeah, that he's off the wall with a lot of his movies, and Nightmare Alley looks right up. It has Willem Dafoe if I remember correctly in it.
Oh, then it's already
Um,
gonna be. It's
oh
gonna
yeah,
be noteworthy.
you got me sold. And
Yeah,
I think it has to do with like a magician or something in there, or maybe not a magician, but it has to do with like a carnivore or whatever. But it looked amazing.
dude.
Definitely a thriller.
Oh yeah, I've been really big on thrillers lately too. I haven't watched too many, but I just love like I don't know something about it. Like nothing that's like gonna freak me out, but like I don't know something gets me thinking. I guess it can freak me out a little bit. I'll watch it, but as long as it's like a genuine thriller and not like a cheeky one. It's just
Hmm.
like, oh, we're gonna get some quick shit on you. Like I see that this movie Nope is coming out 2 days before my birthday, but it's made by Jordan Peele, and I was just reading up on their little
Ooh,
list of it. There's no
I'm in
trailer
it
out
for
for
that
it
then.
yet. Yeah, what is it? It says first of all, I love the movie name Nope. Oscar winning director of Get Out and Us, Jordan Peele has made his mark with two whatever I can't say it, yet scary horror comedies. Both Peele's movies have spoken in racial intolerance and hypocrisy, packaging them in an audience-friendly, spine-tingling narrative. The 22 he returns in his mysterious new project with another collaboration with Universal. We're also separately with Peele on the remake of Wes Craven's cult classic, The People Under the Stairs. Well,
Is that
I don't.
is that what Nope is?
No, I don't know what Nope's gonna be about. I
Mm.
think they just said that he's coming back with it, but with that name, it's either gonna be because it might be the. I could say it being like a part of the Us thing or Get Out. Like I don't know. I know that I really like Get Out and I really liked Us, dude. Us scared the shit out of me, bro, and not like in like a boo type of way, but I was uncomfortable for a couple days after watching that film. Like even though the
Yeah,
thought of them being in underground versions of everybody is incredibly ridiculous and there's so many holes into how that worked,
yeah.
but at the same time I felt so uneasy for too long of a time. Oh
That
man.
that plot over my head. Like just basic watching it. Yeah, like yeah, there's people, whatever, blah blah blah. Yeah, over my head. It's all about racial thing. You know, the
Mhm.
people above and the people below.
It
Just
seems
right over it.
yeah. I just know like what is it? Like yeah, I just I was so caught up on this must be a stupid thing to get caught up on. So you know how they're connected and when they grow up and all that stuff, it's like what is it? They're shadowing it underneath the ground or whatever. Unless it is a perfect replica, of like how the world is fit out through like the tunnels and caverns and shit. There's no way they could be that connected, you know. It's like I don't know. It just seems like they're too tethered.
Mhm.
It's like yeah, but no, that thing is crazy. And the fact that the real mother was a shadow thing, and then the other one wasn't, and I was like, what the hell? How in the world did this happen? And I guess she learned. Oh, I forgot they explained that she couldn't speak for like 2 years, and they thought it was a traumatic or trauma thing, but it was just her learning the language.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is ridiculous. But anyway, I need to watch Shazam. I know this is a crazy change it, but I saw that Black Adam comes out after Nope. And then I was like, I never finished watching Shazam because it just came out at a bad time for
Yeah.
me.
Shazam,
And
not bad.
you said it's not bad.
No, no, I enjoyed it. Um,
I think I just got sick and tired of origin stories. Like origin movies are all so typical. It's the
yeah,
person starts off, he gets his powers. He's not really sure how to use his powers, or he's not ready for his powers. And then something crazy in his life happens where he's like, oh, shoot, I got these powers and I got to do these powers for the right thing. And then they go to bad guy, and bad guy's all like, oh, you're back here after I beat your cheeks already. And he's like, well, now I have my powers. And then they beat him. Like, and I'm just kind of like, okay.
yeah. It's I mean, face value, every origin story is just like that.
Yeah. I think that's
Every
what
superhero story is basically that, like
yeah.
that, you know.
Hmm.
But
I think Marvel's gotten a good job with it now too, because like, what is it? I think every recent intro that they had is like to anyone, it kind of just like they glossed over that shit in like 30 minutes, and
yeah.
I was like, good, that's what needs to be done. What else is
Uh,
there?
I'm seeing John Wick 4 and Top Gun.
Yeah.
Never watched either of those franchise. Don't really care. But they're both set to release on the same day. Not a good idea. So one of
Who do you
those
think
are
would
going to be
win?
John Wick.
Yeah, I think John Wick too. I think top bringing back Top Gun. It's been so long for that, and it's the audience that they're gonna get. I don't think is gonna be the I mean, I think John Wick has amassed a bigger audience, and it's Keanu Reeves. Like everyone loves that man. Like I know he's a good guy. I don't really. It's not that I don't care for him. I just haven't watched really anything that he's in.
Uh,
Uh, but yeah, I know. I hear that he's a really good dude. Was he got his cast like all a bunch of rollies and shit. And it's like at some point he like gave a bunch of people a bunch of money that were involved with the movie. So he pretty much moved a shit ton of people to a new tax bracket, which that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get enough money to move my boys into a different tax bracket.
Hey, I'm about it. That's one of my things is like I want to be at a point in my career in life to where once a year, like Christmas or something, like before Christmas, I can fly all my boys out and their family, whatnot, like well, intermediate family, and like come and do something like hang out at the house for like a week or something, kind
Oh
of thing.
yeah, definitely. It'll
Like
happen
that'd be
one day.
dope.
We're still so
But
young. We have so much time to do it. Greatness is coming, baby. Subscribe now. Say you were here since day one. Ugh.
so let's see here. We got I'll be watching. I'm just gonna go from the top.
Yeah.
So West Side Story. I'll end up watching that. Dana is huge fan on that.
It looked pretty
Uh,
solid. I want a Latino woman myself.
Anybody out there who's looking for a man that happens to be a Latino descent, go ahead and hit him up. Uh, No Way Home. Already know
Yeah.
that's probably gonna be an IMAX movie for me.
Oh,
My thing,
100%.
if I if I'm that hyped for a movie, it's gonna be an IMAX. Like all the new avatars are gonna be an IMAX for me.
Oh yeah.
Um, Kingsman. I'll probably wait until that comes out later. I probably won't go see that in theaters unless we're just looking for something to go see.
Oh, I'll probably watch that definitely in theater just because I love the last Kingsman, and I just
Uh,
like the Kingsman franchise. I think they have beautifully choreographed fights. It's
oh
phenomenal.
yeah, definitely. And it's not. It's one of those like They use slow motion in a good way. I know we were talking
Yes.
about that last week, but yeah. Um, I'm down to watch Scream. I feel like that's either gonna be really good or really bad. I feel like they're going in a good way with that because I think it's a lot of the original cast coming back for that
Oh,
Scream.
really?
Yeah.
Do you think
You ever
there'll
watch
ever
the
be?
original?
No, I've not. I if I knew it was a scary movie, I didn't watch it. I was a little baby boy, and
Missing out.
I might check it out now just because I see what they made. The new Halloween movie that brought back all the original cast
Hmm.
and or not the original, but most of the original cast with Jason. Oh my gosh, heck yeah! Sorry, I pulled up my schedule just to make sure I knew what was going on in my life, and because I was checking to see if I could watch Spider-Man No Way Home on release date, which I guess I technically can. Yeah. I think yeah. December 15th. Heck yeah. Ooh, baby. Yeah. Sorry. Uh anyway. um my schedule's looking solid. I love that. But anyway, what was I talking about?
Scream.
Yeah, Scream. So I never watched any scary movies growing up because I think what is it? When I was a kid, back when the PSP came out and everything, they had movies
Mhm.
on there, and this kid, I forgot his name. I think it's like Byron, maybe. That's not important. He uh,
Byron?
he was like Asian. Uh, that doesn't matter. He showed me what was it? I think it was Freddy versus Jason, and that movie gave me. I don't want to say nightmares because I don't. I typically remember all the nightmares I've had in my life, but I definitely didn't sleep easy that night.
Really?
And yeah,
And that was more of a funnier
yeah.
version kind of
Hmm.
thing going on.
Oh yeah, and so it's like just the thought of like horror stuff. I've never been like big on it. I could probably watch them now and no problem, especially because how like analytical I get with movies and how deep I look into it. I'd probably make it make no sense until like it was over. But yeah, I might give it a go. I just never thought of watching shit like that.
See,
And
the thing about the older horror movies now, a lot of them don't hold up. The story does, but like, you can tell it was filmed
yeah,
older
mm,
and a lot of special effect or well, I shouldn't say special. Practical effects over CGI was used. So,
yeah,
but the thing is like about a lot of those older movies, like the older horror movies, like the slasher films,
hmm,
they didn't really have much of a budget
oh yeah.
compared, and they were making great movies out of nothing. And I love it.
No,
But
it's because they use a sweet science of sound in a bunch of them too. Cause like, what is it? In it like the isn't that Michael Myers or something?
hmm
Yeah, I watched a video and they reviewed it and it was talking about like how when they set it up for audiences, they played it for people some like without the score and then they watched
hmm
it with the score and it's like without like the audio engineering behind it, it was like significantly a lot scarier with the audio engineering.
see,
So
I
it's
I
like
never I never knew that like was a thing
yeah.
until the past year or two. Um, like there's a podcast I listen to called Dissect on Spotify, and I only listened to it because he went over my favorite album. It's because of the internet by Bino, but he what's the one song? Uh, Sweatpants. It has like this real like dark tone behind it,
Yeah.
and I was like, whenever I first heard that song for like the first 20 times, I'm like, dope beat. Dope beat, but like there's music theory behind it, like this certain chord progression is used in a lot of like horror movies and it invokes this feeling on audiences if you hear it and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
never would have thought that's a thing.
Oh man, it's pretty dope, isn't it? I
Oh yeah.
love shit like that. It's like why you hear like why all these other trailers all sound the same, I feel. They might not know what they're doing, but it's like have you noticed that every like hype song they get you like just, at least for me, it gets me fueled. Like when I watch trailers or when I watch anything that's like in a superhero film or something, that just gets me like just ripped out of my freaking mind. It's just based off of a certain chord progression, or
Oh
like
yeah.
things that make you happy. Like there's this song that's in this anime OP. I forgot what it's called. I don't even know what the anime is, but the song, it sounds so good. But then like you learn what it means, and it's talking about the saddest shit ever, but it's still a total bop. And
Mm.
it's just music
Oh
in
yeah.
my, music is important, or not important, but it's incredible. But anyway, back to the movie list.
Yeah. We let's see. So Scream, Morbius, I'm down. The next one, Uncharted.
Oh yeah,
Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
dude, it's
What do
gonna
you
be
think on the casting on that?
the casting. Let me look at the complete casting, because I all I know is about Marky Mark and Sully, or not Marky Mark being Sully, and then
Tom Holland
and Tom
being
Holland
Drake.
being okay. Oh, okay, they got a solid one for Zoe or Chloe. So Tom Holland, Nathan Drake. I think this is supposed to be a prequel to the games. So as much as Mark
Mm,
Wahlberg would be a greater like what we have now, Nathan Drake, I think Tom Holland would be a solid young one based off of like how he looked in Uncharted 4 when they went back in time as him as a kid.
mm-hmm.
So I think it'd be good. Sophie Taylor Ali. Let's see.
Well, see, you watched the trailer right to that? I'm assuming.
I'm pretty sure I think I need to rewatch it because I haven't
So
looked at
the
it in a
thing
while.
is, they have scenes. What's the It's the third Uncharted, right? Where they're hanging out of the plane with all the cargo attached together, right?
Yeah.
Like the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's in this movie.
Uh oh.
So and Chloe's in this movie. She wasn't in the first one, right? It was just
Chloe was in
she
the
was in the
second
second one,
game.
right?
Yeah, she was the
Yeah,
second game, third game, and she was in her own spin-off game, um, which was Uncharted Lost Legacy.
yeah.
And
And
then
the first one was just Nathan, Sully, and then what's her name? Is it Elena?
Elena, yes, my
Yeah.
wife. Ugh.
All right, bring it back, bring it back.
No, she was an
But
excellent
yeah,
character though. Now,
yo,
what I never understood in all these games is how easy they killed all these people. Like, like this is a ragtag bunch of buddies that are
oh, and then
treasure
walk away
hunters.
from it too.
Yeah, they they just kill all these folks and never say anything about it. Especially Elena. Elena's a news reporter, a journalist, and I understand like war journalists and shit like that. They see crazy shit, but they don't. They're not killing anybody.
Oh yeah.
She's taking life. Ooh, let me go ahead and. Shit, that's loud. Hold on. Oh my goodness gracious, that was very loud. Let me turn this down real quick.
Yeah. I'm excited for it.
There are
Oh
places
yeah.
Well,
out
no
there you
fact,
can't
I
find
still
them
have that
anywhere.
video you sent me of Nolan North
They're not
Oh
gone.
hell yeah, dude. Norland
back in
North
the
is
day. Yeah.
he's a cool, he was a cool cat. I need to, dude. I need to go to more cons, bro. Cons are like they're. I feel like people like yeah, they're kind of weird because some of the people you see there are pretty weird. But it's like some of the people you have a chance to meet at a lot of these things are like insane, and it's like I don't know. I think the first con I went to knocked the starstruckness out of me. Like I don't think I'll ever be starstruck again. But picking their brains and talking to them and figuring out like just when you can get past like the bullshit ideologies and shit and like the lame shit that everyone asks like oh say
Hmm.
that line from the show I like, or can you do this, can you do that, or what made you want to get in, like how many times you hear someone ask somebody what made you want to get into what you're doing and stuff. But
Yeah.
like once you get like to the other stuff that makes them go a little more personal, you just realize how cool they are. Like meeting Nolan North, he's a cool ass dude. And then it's like, what is it? My favorite person I've ever met that was like one of my child celebrities was shit, I'm forgetting her name. Do you remember Mass Effect? Like the video game trilogy?
Yeah. I never played it though.
Well, the lady that well, that was close. Uh That's not her. That's not her at all. Uh,
What about her?
sorry. Did they change voice actors? Well, I met her voice actor, Jennifer Hale. That's her name. Jennifer Hale is one of the most decorated voice actresses I've ever seen, and she was in so many things that I just loved. Like, for example, bro, she was in Powerpuff Girls. She played the princess bitch. She was in Totally Spies. I don't know if you ever watched Totally
Is
Spies.
she is she the blonde woman?
In Totally Spies?
No, no, no. Is she blonde?
Nah, she has brown hair.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, but she played Billy's mom off of Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. She was in Codenames Kids Next Door. Have you heard of her? Jesus, have you ever heard of the show?
What?
Have you ever heard of the show? The Year 3000, which was Andre 3000 show.
I have not.
Dude, she was in Cowboy Bebop. What? Well, Andre 3000 was a TV show based off of, or the Year 3000 was a TV show based off of Andre 3000, and it had a bunch of kids that were like musically gifted that would go through these little weird, um, little weird adventures. It was pretty solid. She was in the Avatar: Last Airbender. Uh shit. Who did she play in? Because maybe let me see all these people. Jennifer Hale. Oh, I didn't even say her character. She might have just been an ad lib. I don't know. When I met that woman, I wanted to just take her out for a drink and just chill with her because she was cool as shit. She was in Charlotte, dude. Oh my gosh, we need to talk about just childhood shows one day.
Hey, that'll be the next one. How about that?
Yeah, we could. Oh, we could do that
Make
freaking tier list thing too.
make a note of it. Uh,
Heck yeah. Sorry for the huge tangent there, but anyway.
I wouldn't see. I'm not big on like. I don't think I'd be big on conventions. It would have to be like there would have to be quite a few people I would be able to get to like see or meet or whatever.
Mhm.
Like Comic Con, I could probably go. That's a lot of people though. I don't
Yeah, it
like
is.
being around that many people.
That's fair.
COVID has not helped that either. I noticed beforehand. I remember going and watching, like Batman v Superman when it first came out. Uh, Everybody, like every seat in that theater was taken. I don't like that now. That gets me anxious now.
uh,
I like my space. I don't want to hear somebody talking next to me.
I can't
But
say the movies. I've always been like that. I hate packed movie theaters. Ever since what was it when that Batman shooting happened, which is crazy because I moved to that state, sadly.
yep,
But when that Batman shooting happened, that made me so iffy, like with movie theaters. Like for the longest, anytime I went, I would scope out the place and I'd like keep watch of everything while watching the movie. I got a little too good at that. But yeah, no, I feel you. But
but
if I find
I could
something that's nice, I'll let you
I
know.
could I could go to Comic Con though. Maybe not as much now as like 5 year or so years ago, because now
Mhm.
like Disney and Warner Brothers, they're not really bringing their stuff there. They're doing their own thing now. So
Oh, they do their own thing. Is it like Connor's just like to like?
like I know Disney the last few years, like they'll have their investor calls. I think they're going to start doing their, and now they have like Disney Plus Day, so that's going to unveil everything on Disney Plus or whatnot. So
Okay.
yeah, and then like Warner Brothers, I know DC, they have their own thing now where they do like a show once a year. But I could probably go to Comic Con just because one thing, it's out in California. First of all, I could hit up. I could go and visit San Diego, which I've heard is beautiful.
Yes, I've
Make
heard
a
so
little
many things too.
make a little trip to Anaheim, hit up Disneyland. Uh, while I'm over there, go ahead and make my way towards Los Angeles.
Sheesh.
Go to the um, go to the Academy's museum. That's a bucket list for me. But yeah,
Heck yeah, dude. That sounds. What is it? Comic Con themed bar crawl Saturday night. Where was it? Comic Con San Diego schedule. When is that gonna happen? Next event November 26th, 2021. What? Wait, is it actually like for real in 5 days?
Comic Con.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Nah, there's no way.
but I know it's been real weird the last 2 years because of COVID. So who
Yeah.
knows? It's usually in
Okay.
July if I remember
Yeah, July
correctly.
23rd to the 25th was this last one. They just have something
Okay,
going on, I think, in that area. But
gotcha.
yeah, I feel like if you just look at the schedule and just plan your day right, you could probably go and there's not a whole lot of anything. Would you ever cosplay?
Would I ever
Yeah,
cosplay?
would you ever?
I
And I
mean,
mean, like ever.
technically, I did on. Well, I don't know. It's how you wanna. I'll count it as cosplaying. On my honeymoon, we went to this Halloween party at Disney World and dressed up as Jungle Cruise characters.
Okay,
Lit,
yeah, I saw that picture. That y'all look pretty heat. It was a solid look for you.
but I don't know. That's a lot of dedication, and I'm
See, I
very particular about like designing or whatever. Like it, if it doesn't look right, I'm not going to do
yeah,
it.
that's fair. I think I'd only cosplay is something that I know that I'd look cool with and be comfortable with. Like I couldn't do anything that involved me
Yeah,
carrying something all day.
yeah. No, I ain't. If I'm already in the military, I have to ruck all the time enough. I don't want to do that on my own. Like I don't want to pay and have to go do that
Yeah.
and be in a hot convention center. Nah, man.
You know what?
But some of
If
those, some of those, I do like seeing some of those people that come out of there and like what they create. It's
oh
wild.
yeah. Dude, I saw a video. So you do you remember the what is it called? It's the video game where you can play as death, but it like through all four of them you plays different of the you say you play different characters of the four horsemen. Ah, shit. What is it? Ah! I'm drawing the fattest of blanks. It's not Dead Rising. What is it called? Oh my goodness. Anyway, some dude made a crazy outfit of that. And if I can
Oh,
find
Tetris.
it.
That's it, right?
Yeah, it's close. Not 100%. It's not the place I was looking for.
Pokemon.
Shit, dude. But yeah, maybe one day I'd cosplay. It'd probably be like something incredibly simple, like super Broly or something. Because like I'm a pretty big dude. I'm
Just
6.
don't dress up as Krillin. Nobody wants to see that. You know what I
Jesus.
mean?
I love how it doesn't matter what we're doing, doesn't matter what we're talking about. This man will always try to poke at me because I love my boy Krillin, dude. Krillin is one of the goats, and he just hates on it. He don't even know Dragon Ball like that, and he just tries to come at me some Krillin, bro. I will tell you, I will talk to anybody. I'll debate anybody about anything in Dragon Ball. You just give me a side to fight, and I can win
You see that, guys? I just mentioned Krillin. Spark him up. Talking about lighting a fire. I just ignited the match and then walked away. You know what I mean?
it.
I didn't even have to start the fire.
Dude, I don't know. I'm so passionate about Dragon Ball, man. That shit. I wish I was passionate about everything else in life as passionate as I am about Dragon Ball and the characters I like. Dude, I almost got into a fight with some kid in college because he was talking shit about, I think like just talking shit about Goku, and I was like, dude, like in oh, it's because people are uneducated, bro. They talk shit, but they don't know what they're talking about, and then they start spewing shit, bro. I'm like that about
Yeah.
anything, man. Me and my girl K Dot, we got into an argument. My girl as in friend, but we got into an argument because we were talking about steak sizes, and I was like, so I was. This is gonna sound
Steak,
so dumb. So
steak, like
like as in
food?
yeah,
Are y'all
like
talking about like y'all hammering down a tent and y'all need to know what steak you need to
nah,
put in?
we're talking about sirloins, like food. So me, her, and our other friend Amethyst, we went out to get some food, and we went to a Mexican restaurant. So this is after I spent time in Texas with Lillian, and ended up like ordering this steak because I was like, oh man, I had steak at this other Mexican restaurant. I'm assuming this is like the same thing with the steak because I asked him, I was like, so what size does the steak come in or come as? And he goes, 10 ounces. And I'm like, oh, okay, bet. And then I was like, let me get this steak I'm expecting 10 ounces. I'm like, I'll get that cooked medium rare. And so he brings out the plate, and it's like one of those fajita plates where you like put all your shit together and then you like scoop it up in the tortilla shell. And I felt so dumb, and I was so upset because it sounded like it was gonna be really good. But then I got this big ass plate where the meat was cooked in the onions and peppers, which was fine, I guess. But then this big ass plate of like thing of beans. First of all, in these big ass plates that they bring out, there ain't. That shit's just bullshit because there's so much of it. It's like just it's fluff. There's nothing like about it. But anyway, so I looked at it and I was like, I was looking at this damn steak on the plate and I was like, there's no way this is 10 ounces of meat. And so I looked at Christina. I was like, this is maybe 4 ounces. I'm like, and then I don't know how it got brought up, but I'm like, a 6-ounce sirloin is yay big. It's about as big as my palm. And I said it was so, or no, because she saw the amount of meat that was on my plate that was in there, which wasn't a lot. And she goes, that's probably 6 ounces. I'm like, Christine, there's no way that's 6 ounces. I'm like, 6 ounces is yay big and yay big. I did the little circle thing on my hand. I was like, it's like an inch thick. And she's like, there's no way. That's more of like an 8 ounce that you're showing me. I'm like, you're freaking crazy, dude. So instead of me just leaving it at that, I pulled up pictures on my phone
Oh man.
of steak.
So Gannon's the worst. You know what I mean? Like,
if
just drop it, dog. It's a steak.
I know I should have. And what's crazy is how it happened because I stopped talking for a minute, and while they were having a conversation, and I looked it up on my phone, and then I was like, hey, I hate to bring this back to it. I brought it back to it. I was like,
Yo,
look.
real question. Do y'all still talk at all?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
She
I would
invited me
have
to
put
her.
money on the other.
Dude, honestly, like after that night, like the fact that she hit me up the other day was like, "Hey, you want to go to our friend's Thanksgiving thing?" I was quite shocked. I did not think she'd ever talk to me again after that. She's like, "Man, I've never seen this side of you before." I'm
Man,
like, "Well, I know that I was right."
she was gonna set you up. See, she knew. She remembered about the little incident with the steak, and you pulling up pictures like, "Yo, just drop it." She's gonna set you up like a whole Get Out thing. You know what I
Oh
mean? You're gonna
shit!
be in the sunken place. You
I'd
gotta watch
freaking
out for that.
dude. Can I tell you another tangent, bro? Based off of that shit, when Get Out came out, that was when I was with like my first serious college girlfriend.
I know what you're gonna say.
This is when I was in East Tennessee, bro. For anyone who doesn't know about East Tennessee is racist as shit. Like, yeah, we have a South racist, but I mean, like, there's places where the KKK was still active, Confederate flags everywhere, and there's a whole lot of white people. And my girl happened to be a white woman, and we went to go see Get Out before I meant to see her parents. And so, I'm watching this shit, and I'm already antsy the entire time. And so then it comes the day where I go see her parents and we go to the countryside. There's not a lot around us. And I can tell you, I've never been more tense in my life. I'm looking over my shoulder. I'm like, yo, I hope no one's trying to do. I'm looking for teacups. I'm just looking for everything. And dude,
my man putting everybody on black. Hey, don't pick up that teacup, dog. No coffee cups while I'm here. Don't be no spoons, no coffee cups.
I'm like,
That's
hey,
my
what
only.
you doing? Why you looking at me like that? You complimented
Don't be
me a
looking at
little
me.
too much.
What's your mom do? You said she's a therapist? Nah, no, I ain't going in there.
I'm
Y'all
gone.
meet me at Chuck E. Cheese or something. I ain't going in there.
Yeah. And what's crazy, I think that's kind of the thing now. It's like I've dated so many white women. It's just that's always in the back of my head, and I think it's gonna be like that for a while. But no offense to white women out there. I love all women. It doesn't matter. But I'm a back off y'all for a minute. I don't feel too safe right now, especially over in Colorado, bro. It's not any better. I think the KKK still active over here too.
Mm.
And this whole state ain't got a lot of black folk in it.
I mean, the thing is, there's racism everywhere, so
Yeah,
no matter where you go. But
yeah,
we ain't about to get on that topic.
yeah. Not today. Not today. Oh shit! Excuse me.
I'm seeing though, Back to this list real quick because I just noticed the second Into the Spider Verse
Yeah,
comes out next year.
that's what I was getting into.
Yo, that's lit. That movie's lit. It took me so long to watch. It didn't take me so long. It just I should have watched it a lot earlier than I did.
Oh man, yeah. That was definitely a solid cop. For anyone who
It
hasn't watched it, just because it's anime don't mean nothing. Watch that shit.
Yeah, Chase.
Well, he hasn't watched Into the Spider Verse.
I don't know, probably not.
He better if he, especially if brother watched freaking the What If series. Yeah, he has no reason to not watch anything animated, bro.
This dude, our friend Chase, he does not want to watch any anime. He doesn't want to watch Avatar, but he goes and his favorite, like one of his favorite movies, Lego Batman. Dude has whole ass career, grown ass man, Lego Batman. I'm not gonna sit here and act like not solid movie, but won't even watch some animated stuff, but he'll watch that stuff
He'll get on it one day. One day we'll have it
one of
on.
these days.
He'll look at it and he'll be like, "Oh, okay, this kind of heat. It's
He
kind
ain't
of
gonna admit
heat."
it,
Oh yeah, he never would, never will.
and that's the only
But
reason he doesn't watch these things because we want him to. That's the
which
only reason.
I can't give him too much shade for because I was like that with what Game of Thrones. I still haven't watched Game of Thrones, and I'm probably never gonna watch it.
Yeah,
And it's like there's a couple of things, but I'm like that's a series. I can understand a series, but not a whole genre. Like, come on now.
Game of Thrones is an investment too.
Yeah, it is. And then I heard it's an investment that does not pay out that well.
I don't think a lot of series that go like that's that big. It's kind of hard to get it perfect. You know what I mean?
hmm Well,
But
I can say that, but freaking so far, Attack on Titan did it. They did pretty damn good because I think technically season 4 is the final season, but they're releasing the second half of the final season soon. And it's like I don't know, man. I feel like I what didn't they end before the books ended or like
what?
I'm pretty sure Game of Thrones ended and it didn't go like I think the books are still going or something. Like that's the reason why it did so bad is because it did a bunch of free
They just kind of did their own thing at the
yeah,
end.
they did their own thing at the end, so they went
Yeah,
away from the source material, which makes sense. Like why it didn't hold up because you got to think so many things ended the way it did. I could see them making another season once the books get released, like a hey, don't pay attention to this. This is the
I
real.
think they're making something else. I'm not big into Game of Thrones. Uh, we started watching it. I think we got to the Red Wedding part, and then we fell out of it.
Oh, that first
And we
girlfriend.
actually
Oh, go
we
ahead.
actually got into it right then, and then we just never like watched it again. I think it was we're in the middle of moving into our home now, so that was
Mm,
probably why.
I feel you. Well, my girl, it's the same first girlfriend I was talking about. She was so into it and just wouldn't shut up about it that it pissed me off. And I was like, I'm never watching that shit. And
Don't you like how people will be so into something? Like I know I'm probably the same. I'm probably like that with like Childish Gambino.
mm,
Like I'll put his music up for anybody,
yeah,
and everybody's like, "Man, come on now, you're so into it." I'm not gonna. No,
yeah,
I mean, I'm that way with a lot of stuff too. Like if stuff's so big, like I almost didn't watch Squid Games because it was so big. I'm like, whatever.
yeah. I only watched it, I think, because I had literally nothing else to do. But I was getting right there at the end. Plus, I kept seeing it in memes. I think memes saved it for me. If I, because I was like, I want to understand what the hell these memes are about.
Yeah, that's true. That's
And
true.
then, because like that was the same thing with Bird Box. Like if it wasn't for memes, I would have never watched Bird Box.
I never watched Bird Box.
It's overrated. It was all
Is it?
right. Yeah, it's like it's a pretty solid suspenseful story, but at the same time, I think since you don't really know what's happening, it kind of keeps you from. Because what was it? There was another movie that was kind of similar to it. So, do you care if I tell you about it, or
Go for it.
So obviously, Sandra Bullock, main character, she's watching over these two kids. It starts off like that, but then it cuts back to when things started going to shit. Everyone's living their life, and then next thing you know, these people start killing themselves. And so you're like, well, what's causing them to kill themselves? And they're seeing these things, but you never see what they're talking about. And so that explains why they, like, you see like in the box art or and everything, they have their eyes covered, because
Yeah.
once you look at whatever this is, it makes you want to kill yourself. I think it brings up something that you miss or that you want, and then you kill yourself. And so it's like the story of, it's going back and forth to where they are, where they're floating down a river trying to make it to this safe zone, versus them like getting to that point, and she ends up having a kid and taking care of her other friend who had a kid at the same time. And it's, the thing is, the main antagonist, it's not only the thing about the like seeing them. If you have a mental disability or something, like as in like a schizophrenic like
Mhm.
type of disability, um you wouldn't get affected by the things like they didn't, you wouldn't kill yourself. They would more along the line just make you crazy and make you, or it's make them pick people and like would open their eyes and force them to see what they're seeing, because they're like, oh
Gotcha.
my gosh, this thing is so great, everyone must see it. So they had a guy that came in, was an excellent actor, um and he was like pretending to be okay and afraid of seeing these things, infiltrate like their little friend group of like 7, 8 people, and was like, "Ha, you got to see this." And he forced their eyes to be open, end up killing one of the mothers, and that's why she's watching over two kids. And then they flow down the river, make it to their little safe thing. But like throughout the entire time, it's like there's a disconnect, because they're not going to do anything physical to you. Like the people will, but like these actual beasts, they're not going to do shit. They're just tempting you to look at them. And so the suspense is, are you going to look at this thing? And you know they're not going to look at it unless they're forced to look at it. And it's just
Mm.
kind of, I don't know. It was decent. It was definitely overrated, and I'm pretty sure it was a plant, like how all these other Netflix movies are. I'm pretty sure Squid Game was kind of a plant too. Like I thought it was good, but I think it was planted,
Mm.
definitely. But I think we're good. We're at about an hour 7, so I think we can start wrapping things up.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry. Okay.
let's run through the last few movies. I mean,
Yeah.
on this list, I mean, we got to know Spider-Verse 2 is about to come out, Flash, Wakanda Forever. I don't think we can really even talk on that until
Until we
we
see
hear more
something.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I feel like I now, based off of how close, what is it? How close the Marvel team was. Because what was it? You saw that. What is it? You saw how they knew what was up with Chadwick Boseman beforehand. Like, at least based off of some of the clips, it seemed like they knew that they knew he was sick. And so I could see that they probably started filming that during that time for the crossover power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they might have already set up like how he's gonna leave or his problem, and then
Uh, they have not.
they haven't.
His last thing he was supposed to, his last project was What If, and I think Wakanda Forever was it was supposed to be already production was supposed to already start, and I think it was moved back because of COVID.
But you don't
So
think they like knew that like it didn't seem like he was gonna last long, so they didn't just shoot like something.
unless so, I know Marvel has this thing where they do a lot of let's see, in game, for example,
Mm.
when they all did the funeral scene, they thought it was a wedding scene when they went out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they do a lot of other like bogus takes kind of thing. I could see them trying to do like a Paul Walker thing, where, but I feel like you have some legal stuff you got to get through before you can do stuff like that because that's using a face of somebody who is not alive
Yeah.
compared to, but
I don't
which
know,
I think
man.
we'll see how that
Yeah.
goes. I wish they would bring back Killmonger somehow, even though I know he died, but he died in Wakanda. You can bring him back. They have something.
Yeah. They're like, oh, we had him in
He don't have to be like the main face. It could be, and I mean now that they're touching the
the
multiverse, it
multiverse
can
thing.
be
They can definitely
he
be
can be
done.
he can be a he can be the Black Panther for a different universe or whatever. But
Ooh,
Shuri needs to be the face, and then him be like the sidekick kind of thing. I'd be totally down with that.
that'd be cool, but I don't think that's in Killmonger's character path in any path though. Like I don't think he's ever been a
Yeah,
solid good. Like I don't think he's ever done anything good, like at all. Like in
I
everything
just
that he's good that
I
he's
love his
done.
character
I
so much.
yeah, I understand. Trust, a big trust. I think he's a solid character. He was written excellently, and then, like even in the comics and stuff, he's pretty solid. But it's just that man is not a peaceful man, and that just I don't think that'll ever go down in the mainstream Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Like unless they made like a movie about him, because even in Disney Plus's thing, in the What If, like he still fought on the good side, but then he's like, I'm gonna take over the universe, and
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
he
oh
fought on
come
the
on,
good
bro.
side to get to a point.
Exactly. It's like
Yeah,
he has a little secondary motive like always going on.
yeah.
It's like he sees
Well,
power and he has to cop
either way, I need him back
it.
somehow, some form. He can be a recurring villain. I don't care. I need him. I need James Spader. I need Mysterio, which I believe he'll be in this
Oh,
Spider-Man.
he definitely is, bro.
Um,
Oh wait, no, you said Mysterio. My fault. I was thinking Riddler.
no, no,
Dude, Jake
Mysterio.
Gyllenhaal Mysterio is pretty solid.
Oh yeah,
Pretty
but
solid.
let's see. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I don't think we know anything about that really either.
Yeah. I think
Shazam 2. I mean,
actually
everything else.
isn't Adam Warlock not Adam Warlock's gonna be in this one,
Oh
isn't he?
yeah, he is.
And he's
Yeah,
played by the weird looking face guy.
yeah. Oh, eyebrows.
Yeah, whole
Yeah.
eyebrows. Heck yeah. I'm pretty sure everyone knows what we mean by that.
What's his name? It's like
I don't know
something
his name.
Poulter.
I just know he was in that one crazy Netflix thing. Was it not
He's
Cumberbatch, but he got to make out with Jennifer Aniston and that other hot chick in his movie.
oh, that's We're the Millers.
Yeah, so that guy.
Yeah.
Lucky
Uh,
man.
last thing on here, I think we could talk about as far as these movies. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Have you
Yeah,
seen the first two Ant-Mans?
I have.
Okay. Don't really know about that movie. Obviously, the quantum realm or whatever, they're gonna deal with that. So, and I think what's his name's gonna be in it? Kang. I think he's gonna be in it.
Okay.
But I think that's it as far as
Yeah.
all I've heard from that movie.
Yeah, I don't know
Um,
too much from it myself.
only other thing besides that, Fantastic Four. Can't wait for it.
Oh,
I wish they would cast some people.
I just hope it's done right, man. I hope it's done right because I'm like, and I just don't want it to be another origin story. We've seen that origin story too many times, bro.
Well, I think they won't do like a true origin story
No, they
because
can't.
I think they're setting up the old Avengers Tower to be the
Do you know who's
what tower
making
are they?
this? Is Marvel making the Fantastic Four?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay, then yeah, there's not going to be some bullshit. Hell
yeah.
yeah,
No,
because
it's
they're
not like
probably gonna.
Sony or anything.
Yeah, they'll probably pull like how they did with Spider Man's thing. They're just kind of like, all right, you have your powers and stuff. Let's get to it.
Yeah, they should be the Fantastic Four already, and then they're like talking about how they got in. It's like, well, our spaceship blew up, kind of thing,
And now we're
and they just
cool.
kind of look at them weird. Yeah, but
I wonder how they're gonna
well,
do things. But
only thing I got to or I wanted to put out there before we end this and wrap it up. What's your plans for Thanksgiving? What do you got going on?
I'm gonna work, baby. I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Ooh.
So I'm probably gonna work that Friendsgiving thing. I'm gonna stop by. It's on Friday, so I'm gonna just say hi to some people. But other than that, that's the life as an adult now. You work through certain holidays and you don't work through others.
Yep.
Christmas will be my holiday off, so I'll be back home during Christmas time, and we could all get together and do something.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
All I got going is dinner at the. I got breakfast bright and early, Thanksgiving morning. Got dinner. Well, I guess in the afternoon. Uh, at the in-laws' house, and then Friday at my sister's, and that's it.
Yeah.
Chilling, enjoying not
Sheesh.
working.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? I enjoy not working 4 out of the 7 days of the week. So
Hey, well, you got an opportunity to do something this Thanksgiving that's pretty cool. Is make all your patients feel warm during the
oh
holiday
yeah, yeah. I was thinking about
when
doing something actually for them.
when they're not gonna have their family come in, or well, some of them will, of course, but there's gonna be the unfortunate few that are just gonna be alone on the holidays. But
Dude, I'm praying that they all stay home for the holidays, man. That's what I'm hoping. I'm like, yo, it's Thanksgiving. You can just be
does it?
careful. I feel like I'm going to see a lot of either it's going to be incredibly like sick people, like really bad, or it's going to be a lot of cuts. I could see a lot of like lacerations of
Yeah,
someone cutting their
or
hand during
or
this year.
burns.
Oh yeah, burns would be well. Actually, yeah, I think serious burns. We'll have to get rid of them anyway because like we're not a burn center, so that's good. But
Yeah,
some
there you
people
go.
might
Easy,
never get
too
burn
easy.
first. Yeah, so you know what? Blessings to everybody. Thank you for watching. This definitely will probably not be out by the time Thanksgiving happens. So I hope you all had a beautiful Thanksgiving. And during these times and all these holidays stuff, remember who you care about, and you never know when the last time you'll see somebody is. So make sure you reach to them and tell them you love them. Give them a hug. Give that person a high five or something, man. You never know. But we appreciate you for watching. Go ahead and hit that sub button. Uh, you can see me on Twitch or even on YouTube. Twitch would probably be GWBlitz now, GDUBBLITZE. It'll be in the description below. And then probably I think the YouTube channel that I'll be posting on for myself is Geek and Physique, or I might go back to Pause Vibes, one of the two. But it'll be in the description whenever we get all this stuff up. And yeah, and then you can hit up Mr. Drennan here at his ats, and he'll tell you those again.
I got on Twitch. It's at Jernin underscore. I believe my YouTube is still XXJerninXX. Um, I might try to get that changed
The
over
one
too,
that I
but
was looking at, unless you made a new one, I know you have one. It's just Drennan underscore.
is it? Okay, well then maybe
Yeah,
I've already done that. Look at that. So yeah, pretty simple. Jernin underscore, no caps.
it's all
Because
facts.
there's no caps, all facts. You know how it is, dog. Yeah. Y'all have a happy and wonderful holidays.